So shoutout nga pala kay Papa, saka si Tito Henry, si Tita Len. What's up guys? Nandito na ako yung mga yun.
So ngayon guys, maikot namin. May Bente Bente race kami guys. So pumunta namin sa may papakita.
Si Kuya X-Con TV naman ang susunod na namin kasi yung cellphone na pang vlog namin wala, hindi man niya eh. Kaya kayo muna kuya.
Yan, Team MF muna ang lalaban sa Bente Bente race.
Sayal!
Mamaya na lang doon sa daanan. Grabe, nakas ni James Baya. Looking 10 na bebe. Kaya-kaya niya magdala ng 10 babae guys. Ang lakas nito. Yan, laban na malalakas. Napasali kaming mga mahihina dito.
So, ayan guys. Puro kayo mga bente-bente race. So, ang module na sasagutan natin ngayon ay Physical Science Quarter 3 Module 1, Formation of Heavy Elements, sabi. Okay guys. So, mga kapadyak, ano ba sinasabi dito? The module consists of Lesson 1, Stellar Nucleosynthesis, Rise of the Star. After going through this module, you are expected to explain stellar nucleosynthesis, describe the different stages of life cycle of stars, cite the different heavy elements formed in each stages of a star cycle, and number 4, describe how heavier elements form during stellar nucleosynthesis and evolution. So, paano daw nabubuo yung star? Okay, on page 2, so meron tayong sasagutan na 15 items. Actually, pagkakalam ko dito sa unang 15 items, parang diagnostic test to eh. Sasagutin mo to para ma-measure kung ano or hanggang ano ba yun, to what extent yung alam mo tungkol sa topic na to. Parang same lang din sa pag na-successful yung diagnostic test. Yan, sagutin natin. Test nga natin. Okay, choose the letter of the best answer in each item. Which of the following is the most accepted theory about the formation of the universe, and explain why it continues to expand? So, science-based tayo. So, alam ko dito, Big Bang Theory. Yan. Anyway, guys, ito pala, itong copy na to, pinaserox ko na to. So, hindi ito yung talagang misasubmit. So, extra copy na to. So, okay lang na sulat-sulatan ko. Pero yung copy nyo, hindi pwede. Dapat separate sheet siya. Okay? So, Big Bang Theory tayo. Which of the following is not considered as light elements? Iron. Iron ang sagot ko dyan. So, parang ito kasi mga gas yan. Lithium, gas yan. Hydrogen, gas yan. Helium, gas yan. Yung iron, solid na ano yun. Bakal ba? Bakal, iron. So, mabigat siya. Which of the following is true about nucleosynthesis? It is the division of atomic particle, the combination of elements to form compound, It is the creation of everything, including all matters in universe. It is the process of creating new atomic nuclei from pre-existing nuclei. Which of the following is true? D siguro to. D. Yan. Which process is responsible for the formation of light elements such as hydrogen and helium? Big Bang nucleosynthesis, stellar nucleosynthesis, formation of light elements such as hydrogen and helium. Stellar nucleosynthesis. Kasi, yun yung topic natin ngayon eh. Ito baka siya. Which element is the lightest and at the same time the most abundant in space? Hydrogen. Hydrogen. Ewan. Hindi ko ma-explain pero hydrogen ang sagot ko dyan. Number 6. How do heavier elements form? Through combustion, through nuclear fission, through nuclear fusion, through nuclear synthesis. Fission. Ano bang pagkakaiba ng fission at fusion? Hindi ko alam. Fusion. Ano kaya to? Fission. Combustion. Heavier elements. Sige. Ito lang. Nuclear synthesis. Ewan. Okay. Which element can be formed when 3 atoms of helium are fused? Tatlong helium. 3 atoms of helium. He3. Ewan. Hindi naman oxygen. Oxygen is O2. Hydrogen. Baka carbon. Ewan. Carbon. Which of the following elements does not belong to the group? Beryllium, silicon, iron, oxygen. Ano kaya? Silicon, beryllium, iron. Feeling ko oxygen. Mga solid yan. Solid to gas. Ewan. Next. Ano tayo? Which process is responsible for the formation of elements at the center of the star? Stellar nucleosynthesis. How elements heavier than iron are formed? Ewan. Supernova. Ewan. Which element will be formed when carbon atom is combined with helium? So, carbon tsaka helium. Nagiging, hindi ko alam, pero I'm gonna guess on magnesium. Okay. Why do average stars have longer lifespan than massive star? Why do average stars have longer lives? They have more fuel to burn, or they burn their fuel at slower state. More fuel to burn. Ano kaya? It's a choice between more fuel or slower. Feeling ko slower rate. Ewan. Which phase of star life cycle is our sun? Red giant. Which of the following contains only heavy elements? Carbon, lithium, neon. Carbon, silicon, magnesium. Carbon, beryllium, helium. Siguro B. Carbon, silicon, magnesium. In which state do massive stars explode at release large amount of energy? Supernova. Yan yung pagputok ng star. Okay. Stellar nucleosynthesis, rise of the star. The world where we live today is just a small part of the universe. In our previous years, we have learned about the different theories of the origin of the universe that eventually led to the formation of galaxies, solar system, and other heavenly bodies. This lesson will focus on one of those wonderful things present in outer space, the stars. Although stars are millions of light years away from us, we can still see them twinkling in the night sky. Let's find out how they emit light and what keeps them shining for a long time. Okay. Scientists believe the formation of the universe began through explosion of primordial atom which happened 13 billion years ago. It is known as the Big Bang. So yun yung Big Bang theory. It became a theory that also explains the continuous expansion of the universe. So for 13 billion years and still in counting, nag-expand pa rin yung universe. So parang yun yung isang proof or paano ba sabihin? Isang basis ng mga scientists kung bakit sila convinced na totoo yung Big Bang na theory. Right after the Big Bang, protons and neutrons combined together and formed light elements such as hydrogen and helium in the process of Big Bang nucleosynthesis. Other light elements such as lithium and beryllium were also formed during the process. So, nung nag-Big Bang, yung paano ba yun? Nagkaroon ng Big Bang nucleosynthesis at doon na-form yung light elements such as hydrogen, helium, deuterium, yung mga yun, lithium, and so on and so forth. Okay. Stellar nucleosynthesis. So ito. Stellar nucleosynthesis. The word stellar means star, and the formation of elements in the center of the star is called stellar nucleosynthesis. Carl Sagan said that we are made of star stuff. What did he mean by that? If we know how some important heavy elements were formed as the stars, that may be a clue. So this is an first activity. Label the sequence of star life cycle. Use the hints found on the table below this diagram. So ito guys, na pre-answered ko na yan. Siyempre, pinaghandaan ko to. Konti lang. Okay, ang mga clue. The star is unable to generate heat when it runs out of hydrogen in its core, leading to its contraction and expansion. It cools down and glows red. The helium fused into carbon. The star is now red giant. Actually guys, nahihirapan ako dito sa pag research ko man, nag-google ako. Ayan, so ito ang cheat sheet ko. Yan. May na-print akong ganyan. Yan. Okay, so paano ba yun? So explain natin yan. Star life cycle. So, ito na part. Yan. Ito na part is the nebula. Yan. Stellar nebula. Specifically, stellar nebula. So, siya yung number 3, nebula. Yan. So, dito kasi sa module, hindi maganda yung pagkaka-print. Pero pag kinoogle mo yan, pwede mag-google sa internet. Ayan. Kita mo. Ayan. Yan yung stellar nebula. Ganyan siya. Colored siya. Okay. And then, yan yung first na sa life cycle. Yung stellar nebula, nagiging ano ba yun? It is formed when nebula due to the gravity that pulled hydrogen gas together until it spins faster and faster and becomes ignited. A protostar rises. Ito yung protostar. Yung nebula naging protostar. Paano nangyari yun? Ang nebula kasi, ang laman niyan, yung mga dust particles at saka mga cosmic clouds. And then yung cosmic clouds at yung mga dust particles, nag-i-spin siya. And then palakas yung spin, nagkakaroon siya ng gravitational pull. So pag malakas na yung gravity, hihigupin niya pagitna yung mga clouds at saka dust. And then dahil masyado na siyang mabilis mag-spin, umiinit 'yun. At dahil dun sa heat na generated from the spinning of the protostar, nagkakaroon ng nuclear fusion. Ayun. After the nuclear fusion, nabubuo na yung main sequence star. Ayan. Main sequence star starts to form when nuclear fusion occurs at the core of the star. It begins to contract, glow, and become stable. Hydrogen is converted into helium. So, ayun. Yung clouds at saka dust, dahil sa pagtaas ng temperature, nagkakaroon ng nuclear fusion. Dun sa nuclear fusion, nabubuo yung hydrogen. Yung hydrogen is converted into helium. Naging helium na yung hydrogen due to nuclear fusion. Ayan. So, depende na lang kung how massive the main sequence star, either magiging red giant siya, or super red giant. Ayan. Main sequence star, it's either magiging red giant or super red giant. So, anong pagkakaiba nila doon? A more massive main sequence star evolves, cools, and expands faster at low mass than low mass stars and will turn into red supergiant stars. The largest known star, carbon fusion still occurs and oxygen is formed. Sa red giant naman, the star is unable to generate heat when it turns out. The star is unable to generate heat when it runs out of hydrogen in its core, leading to its contraction and expansion. It cools down. Nakikita ng ano. Yan. It cools down and glows red. The helium fused into carbon. The star is now red giant. Yan, red giant na siya. Ito, tingnan. Yan yung kudigo ko. Life cycle of the star. Tapos, yung red giant na star, may kulang dito eh. Bago ito, white, yung red giant, magiging white dwarf star siya. White dwarf. This is as per the illustration here in the module. Pero bago maging white dwarf, yung red giant, nagiging planetary nebula muna siya. Planetary nebula. Yan. So, paano ba yung planetary nebula? Yung planetary nebula, yung planetary nebula kasi, yung red giant, nauubusan siya ng fuel to burn. So, ayan, yan. Ito. May core na maliit dyan. Pag na-burn out na niya lahat ng fuel yan sa, nauubos na yung fuel sa paligid niya. So, in due time, unti-unting mawawala mawawala yan. So, maiiwan na lang yung natirang, yung maliit na core. So, yung nagiging clouds na dyan, unti-unti na lang mawawala yan. Pag nawala na yung parang sa labas niyan, yung outer shell, which is consist of gases na burn out na, ang matitira lang yung core. Yun na yung magiging white dwarf star. Yan. White dwarf. And then eventually, pag yung white dwarf, yung core na natira na lang nung red giant, mababurn out na rin niya, mawawala na rin yung glow niya. Yan na yung magiging black dwarf. Black dwarf. Okay. Dito naman tayo super red giant. Yung super red giant kasi, anong sabi dito? Super red giants have the largest radius of all stars. They have low surface temperature. So, mas malamig ang surface temperature ng super red giants kesa dun sa red giants. Dahil sa gravity, nagko-collapse sila sa gitna. Yan. And then, pag nag-collapse sila lahat sa gitna, and then, tapos, masyadong malakas yung energy na-produce na energy, puputok na yun. At yun na yung supernova. Ayan. Ganyan, parang ganyan yung pagkakaintindi ko, guys. Mga kapadyak. Bahala na, magpatulong na lang kayo sa mga talang teacher ng physics. Ang sabi dito, supergiants will burn all the helium in their cores in a few million years. They will then start to burn carbon. This continues with heavier and heavier elements until the star contains a core of iron. Ayun, pag na-burn out yung carbon, nagkakagroon ng build-up ng iron. At this stage, the star can no longer fuse elements to produce energy. So the star collapses under gravity and produces a supernova. Yan. So pumutok na siya. Yan. So after pumutok yung supernova, it is believed that a neutron star is formed from supernova explosion. This is also the smallest stars. So ito yung neutron star. And after the supernova, nagkakaroon ng black hole. Black hole. So ano yung naman yung black hole? A black hole is a region in space where gravity is too strong that no matter can escape from it. So lahat yun, guys, pag sa black hole, pag hinigop ka nun, hindi ka na makakalabas. At ewan na lang natin kung saan ka mapupunta. Mawawala ka na lang sa kalawakan. So, any questions? Kung may mga questions kayo, comment down below or ask your instructor or teacher. So, ano to? Were you able to label all the stages of the stars? Review the hints, clues in the previous activity. You will notice that following the sequence will reveal what happens in each stage of the star. To understand further, answer the following questions below. What element from space is pulled by gravity and turned to a protostar? So, ang nagiging protostar is hydrogen plus yung mga dust particles or cosmic dust, cosmic clouds, ano kayo yun. Pero ang sabi dito sa module naman ang protostar that pulled hydrogen gas until hydrogen gas daw. What will happen if a low massive main sequence star runs out of hydrogen fuel? Low massive main sequence. Low massive. Ito yung main sequence pero low massive lang siya. Low mass, maliit lang. So nagiging red giant. What happens if low massive main sequence runs out of hydrogen fuel? Red giant. Yung red giant, pag naubos na yung hydrogen fuel niya, nagiging white dwarf. White dwarf. How are heavy elements such as carbon, oxygen, and neon formed during star formation? How? Through nuclear fusion or stellar ignition. Yan. Why is it impossible for any matter such as light and radiation to escape from a black hole? Gravity is too strong. Why do you think massive star has shorter lifespan than average star? So ito guys, ang sagot ko dyan is lower supply of hydrogen. Yung hydrogen kasi, yan yung fuel na binaburn ng star para mabuhay siya. So pag naubos na yung hydrogen, wala na siyang gas, wala siyang fuel, mamamatay na siya. So ayun. So yan, this is it for our lesson for the day. Ayan, hindi ako teacher, yung mga explanation ko parang sariling pagkakaintindi ko lamang, pero at least sana natulungan kayo sagutin ang mga modules nyo. Okay guys, mga kapadyak, wag palaging padyak, mag-module din kayo. Okay, so if you like this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you!